So should you do the St. Kitts and Nevis program, or should you consider the Vanuatu citizenship by investment? So very interesting options. Both are kind of closely competing against each other in a lot of ways. And the reason why I'm saying both are competing against each other is because of the price point. Now, very interestingly, St. Kitts and Nevis has two advantages here. One is that they have slashed or discounted the price. It's 125K with that discount. So you're saving on that 25K which you would have otherwise paid to the program. And on the other side with Vanuatu, there's a very interesting development. The government is considering introducing a new option. And again, it's just in the news. It hasn't been finalized. They still have to come out or roll out that officially. But the news seems to be slightly less than 100K USD. There could be a bond option that Vanuatu could consider rolling out. And once that happens, bond option is an investment, right? You keep that for a certain time frame, then eventually you should be able to get that money back. So essentially, for for nothing really, you can get to you can get the citizenship right at the onset, and then eventually get your money back. Now, obviously, it's not free. There's going to be processing fees. Typically, it's in the range of 10 to 15K usually with such options. So that is the processing fee that you're looking at. But then for that keeping that 100K with Vanuatu, you could potentially immediately qualify for citizenship. Now, the big advantage is that you're not donating money, unlike let's say with St. Kitts and Nevis, where you're parting away with 125K. But with Vanuatu, the Schengen access is revoked, so you don't get the Schengen access. Now, if you have a good passport, if you are a Westerner and you have a solid passport on the side, you don't need that Schengen access anyways, right? You would usually use your Western passport. Let's say you have a couple, let's say you have just one passport, right? So you're usually going to use the more heavyweight passport for your travel purposes. You don't want to create a spotlight on you. So you're essentially not frequently going to be using this Vanuatu passport. In that case, it hardly makes any difference. You're adding on an option, you're getting a nationality to keep. Eventually, you're looking at getting back that 100K. So in that case, it's better because you're saving on a lot of money. You're not donating that much of an amount. Now, while I'm discussing all of this, this is not immigration, legal, tax, or finance advice. This is my personal opinion and analysis of these options. And before I continue further, in case you were new, my name is Jay, and here I discuss investments that lead to residencies and citizenships and a whole lot more. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on that bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my videos. All right, so if you're a Westerner, then Vanuatu obviously takes the lead. It's a very interesting option. I would say that makes more sense. Let's say you're not a Westerner and you are from one of the Asian countries with a very weak passport, and you really are desperately looking to get that Schengen access and more travel freedom, then the St. Kitts and Nevis could be the only option. Now, from a reputational perspective, I know a lot of people are concerned, hey, Vanuatu is that just because a lot of questionable people have had access historically to the Vanuatu passport, is this going to create trouble for me in future? What does the reputation look like? So absolutely, I mean, the reputation is going to be of a heavy CBI passport that has been abused by a few questionable people in the past. Well, action has been taken against a lot of those type of people, but the reputation will remain what it is. There's no two ways about it. Regarding the St. Kitts and Nevis, it's kind of similar these days because again, allegations of a lot of scams from the due diligence chief cropped out of St. Kitts and Nevis. Again, we really don't know what's going on with all of that. They are allegations at this point in time. Right or wrong, time will tell. There's no new news or any new update that has come out of the St. Kitts and Nevis news at this time. So we will leave it at that. Now, because of such developments, obviously the West the US government is closely tracking the Caribbean options, right? So the spotlight is obviously on these options. So a lot of people like the limelight, a lot of people like the spotlight or don't care about it. So in that case, absolutely, it's okay. But if you are looking for something diversified, you're not looking for that all attention on that Caribbean option, then Vanuatu, obviously, for a Westerner, for that reason, also makes a lot of sense. For Asian, or let's say for a person from a country that has a weak access, the Saint Kitts and Nevis could be a good option, right? One could look at that. For a Westerner who's looking to add more diversification, who's looking for a cheap option, right, to add that additional citizenship, then Vanuatu obviously would make sense. Now, from a reputational perspective, it is what it is. There's no escape. And that is the reason why I personally feel there are more natural options to consider. And a lot of these great options are in the Latin Americas, and some of the ones that I talk about in a lot of detail is Brazil. Now, obviously, if you want to know the entire option with Brazil, how you could get that, what are the 4 options, then you can return and check this link. This is the complete coverage on Brazil. Then there is Argentina and Dominican Republic. Again, very good plan B residencies. If you have missed my coverage on these 2 citizenships in 2 years, you can return and check this link. This talks about both these 2 options in a lot more detail. Then you have Nicaragua as an option. If you missed the Nicaraguan option, you can return and check this link. You have Mexico in Latin America is again a very, very popular option. I've covered the entire Mexican option in a lot of detail. If you've missed that, I would highly recommend return and check this link. This talks about not only the options within Mexico, but also the overall safety, culture, and a lot of details regarding the Mexican option. So that video covers it. And finally, you have great options also in the Africas. I've covered a lot of the African options as part of my African series. So again, you can browse through some of my other videos that covers Africas. And at any point in time, if you are looking to get started or want to know what's the best option in your situation, you can always click that link in the description. You can book a call with us. We can discuss specifically what works best in your circumstances. I work with some of the best attorneys in a lot of these places, so we can not only discuss and figure out what's the best option for you, but we can also get you started with the right legal expert, with the right attorney in that jurisdiction, so that we can start your plan B journey as soon as possible. All right, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, if any, and catch you in the next one.